Imagine your brain as a vast city made up of a complex network of roads, highways, bridges, connecting all of the different areas. These different pathways allow for memories and thoughts and emotions to travel seamlessly, kind of like cars would while navigating through a well-organized traffic system. But now for a moment, let's imagine these roads begin to crumble. Bridges collapse, highways shut down. Suddenly it seems like the city's entire communication grid is in chaos. This is what happens in the brain when brain cells and their connections break down, a process that we see in many mental health disorders like depression, anxiety, and addiction. And when we look at the current treatments available for these kind of conditions, we see that they primarily focus on managing the symptoms, but they're not really addressing this underlying structural breakdown itself. What's more is that these treatments often leave patients with a long list of unwanted side effects, and they leave key aspects of the conditions unaddressed. So what if, instead of just easing these traffic delays, what if we could actually rebuild the roads? What if we could restore the bridges, reinforce the highways, and restore the brain's structural integrity in a way that fundamentally modifies the very nature of the disease itself? And what if we could do that with just a single drug at a single dose? Researchers in the Olson lab at the UC Davis Institute for Psychedelics and Neurotherapeutics have found that psychedelic drugs like LSD and DMT can both rapidly and persistently restore these lost connections in the brain. And what's really critical here is that this restorative effect has been linked to the long-lasting improvements in mood and behavior that we know these drugs cause. Now, while these drugs are notorious for some hallucinogenic side effects, our lab has actually found that you can tease apart these restorative qualities from the hallucinations and make new psychedelic-like drugs that only harness these restorative qualities. So as the field pivots towards synthesizing and identifying these new psychedelic-like drugs, we need better tools to get us there faster. And that's where my research comes in. As a member of the Olson lab, I'm developing an automated tool to allow us to find the best drugs possible for restoring these lost connections. Essentially, a tool that will allow us to find the best materials needed to rebuild the brain's roads and bridges. Using an advanced imaging technique, I take pictures of thousands of brain cells treated with our potential drug candidates, and then I assess the effect on cellular structure using custom-built software from within our lab. This allows us to pinpoint exactly which drugs are capable of regrowing cells and make new treatments that don't just address the symptoms, but are actually rebuilding the road to recovery. Thank you.